Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News Channel. This is November 24th, 2021, the day before Turkey Day, and this is the TAFA technical analysis, fundamental analysis, chart analysis, and just my thoughts on crypto for this week. So, let's actually start with the technical analysis on the 1 day. The relative strength index is neutral, being between 30 and 70. The stochastic is actually overbought. It is actually under 20, so it's actually going for a buy. The commodity channel index essentially is negative 87. That's generally more on the oversold side than the overbought side, but it would have to be over negative 100 to be really oversold. And the average directional index is not very strong at 20.63. So it does, to me, that does not actually indicate a trend. It is slightly buy because the stochastic is actually flashing buy because it looks like it is actually oversold. So that's why the oscillator actually is screaming buy right now. The moving averages, they say scream sell, but I don't know if I really agree with that. I mean, if you actually look, to me, like the moving averages are pretty neutral. If you look at the exponential moving average for 10 days, it is slightly greater than the simple moving average for 10 days, which means momentum wise, like the last few days haven't really affected. If you actually wait like towards the last 2 or 3 days, it doesn't really make any difference from the last 10 days. In terms of the exponential moving average for the last 20 days, yes, it's slightly skewing towards bearish, the exponential moving average, which means like if you wait the last couple of days and you consider the last 20, we are bearish. On 30, we're slightly bearish as well. So momentum wise, I would say overall, we are slightly bearish. And even on the 50 days, we are bearish as well. You have to go to 100 days before we're bullish. So right now, I would say definitely like if you look at the moving averages and the momentum right now, we are bearish because on 20, 30, and 50 days, the exponential moving average is less than the simple moving average, which generally means if you weight it towards more recent days, it's less than the average of all the days. Momentum is therefore negative. So overall, it is actually neutral because the oscillators say buy, the moving averages say sell. I am optimistically very low sell right now because we still have one more day, Turkey Day, before the futures expire on the last Friday of each month. So I think I would hold back for a day until Turkey Day is over and those things actually expire. Holiday weekend, well, it's not really a holiday weekend, Thanksgiving be over, and things can actually go back to normal once the futures actually expire on the last Friday of each month. So probably wouldn't buy for the next day or two for myself. So if you look at the weekly, now we are getting into buy territory. The relative strength index at 58 is still neutral. Stochastic is 71, getting towards that overbought, but it's still neutral. Commodity channel index is 58.94. It's still neutral. Like I said, once again, it's getting a little bit more towards that overbought, but still pretty far from really being overbought. The average directional index, 23.57. Once again, not very strong in terms of determining trend, but since all the indicators are neutral, we have fully neutral. The moving averages, however, are another story. The exponential moving average is about the same, almost the exact same as the simple moving average for 10 weeks, which means like momentum for 10 weeks is like momentum, if you look at it at 10 weeks, is pretty neutral. However, the exponential moving average is way above the simple moving average, 3,000 above the simple moving average for 20 weeks and 3,000 above for 30 weeks. So overall, on the weekly, it is definitely a buy. They say it's a strong buy. I would say it's a decently strong buy. So overall, it is actually a buy. And I do think like moving into next week and the week afterwards, I would say it's a buy moving into December. If you look at the monthly chart, the relative strength index is 68.41. It's still neutral, but it's getting very, very close to being overbought. The stochastic, 77.55, getting pretty close to 80, getting pretty close to overbought. The commodity channel index, 103, which is over 100. So it's flashing a sell signal because it is actually overbought. However, the average directional index is 47.23, not extremely strong, but it does indicate somewhat of a pattern at 47. So there could be an overall positive trend. There definitely could be an overall positive trend forming, which means like because the commodity channel index says sell, essentially Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I really agree with the sell. I wouldn't say like I don't really think like it should be sell. I think this is what's like this basically is saying sell, but the average directional index could actually indicate that a longer term positive like positive trend is actually forming. In terms of the moving averages, the exponential moving average for 10 months is lower than the simple moving average. So the momentum for 10 months is negative, but for 20 and 30 months, it's very, very positive. So like if you look at most of this year, it's actually kind of negative if you wait towards the last couple of months. But if you actually look at like 2 years and 3 years, it's obviously on a buy. So if you look at the monthly chart, it's still a fairly good buy for moving averages. And that means like this, what this really means is like we've had a short-term retrace in the last couple of months, but overall the long-term trend on the monthly is still positive. So they rate it as a strong buy. I would just rate it as a buy. But overall, I do agree with them. It is a buy on the monthly chart based on the indicators. Now let's actually look at BTC USD shorts. The shorts have definitely actually gone up. We were at 3 days ago we were at 931 shorts. Now we are at over 3,000 shorts. The longs have basically stayed similar, which means that longs to shorts is only 10 to 1. So essentially, they are starting to actually equal out a little bit. They are definitely starting to equal out a little bit more, but the longs still have it right now. But the shorts are actually rising right now. Still, I think like the squeeze is pretty much over at this point, and I don't think there will be further squeezes. I think people are just waiting for Friday. Like, there's like an options expiry every Friday now, and like there's incentive for bears to hold it below 60,000 as much as possible. But as soon as like they can't hold it below 60,000 anymore, then we will actually continue to go up. Obviously, right now you still have like people deliberating about India. The SEC like maybe taking action against more cryptos and things like that are kind of like holding crypto back. But you also have lots of adoption and a lot of celebrities and sports figures actually adopting crypto into their salaries that they get paid every day. So you have news going both ways. The India thing is going to be pretty important. If they just scrap it again, I'm sure like that will have somewhat of an effect, although the effect is getting less and less because people are tired of being held hostage by India. So it's kind of the same thing with China. Like China's actions probably don't really matter anymore because people have realized they've banned crypto. I don't think India will actually ban crypto. We'll see. We'll have to see how their parliament session actually goes. So overall, news right now is not too great. Even with increased adoption from like popular culture, you still have like political obstacles for crypto to overcome. But overall, December, I'm still bullish. I'm probably going to be bullish into next year. And I will have to like maybe readjust my look once February or March comes along. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.